It's the question is not always that you're sad. There are some happy times. It's just more of a roller coaster than normal.
Yes.
So I talk to my therapist even when things are going right. I anytime I record myself, I send it to her, whether it's a good, bad, or indifferent. She knows what's on my mind, just in case when I talk to her. Whenever I do talk to her, I forget what I said. That's why I record it.
I like when therapists are honest with you.
Yes.
Some will just sit up there and try to be your friend. That's not what I'm looking for right now. If I'm doing something right, let me know. If I'm doing something wrong, let me know. And some people, I'm going to try to switch it around, they want to hurt and abuse themselves. They're cutters that's depressed. Some people have sex with all different type of people, because they're depressed. Some people have plenty boyfriends or girlfriends. Sometimes a person might have been done wrong by a man or done wrong by a female. So then, a man might want to be with a man or a woman might want to be with a woman. So it's not just one thing of being depressed or stressed or anything. It's so many different things that different people go through. Some people is depressed as far as like being around people. So they'll get a pet. They would prefer to deal with a pet versus dealing with people. So it's so many different types of depression. There are so many different, ways that people cope with being stressed and depressed. You see a lot of older people. They're alone. They don't have any children or grandchildren, or they might not come by for every reason. They may have a dog. They may have a cat, a bird, and that's their companionship. Now, I've seen some people who have been depressed, and then they would get in a relationship just to think that that's going to help them out. But sometimes it depends on the person that you're with, and it just makes it worse because now you done added something else on your plate as far as a male or a female, and now you're more depressed. So what do you think about as far as like a person, trying to run to someone else to bring happiness in their life, but they bring sorrow? What do you think about that?
I mean, I'm not gonna, a person that wasn't brought up in love don't know what it feels like. So it's like, growing up, if you don't feel that you can talk to your parents, you don't feel that you can talk to your, whoever it is, you grow up feeling like you're not enough. And that right there can be a huge thing when it comes to depression, because I've been through that. So it's like you grow up looking for what you didn't have, but yet, because they say you get back what you give out. So if you get back that you need somebody, no matter who it is, he can, treat you like the worstest animal ever, but you don't know what to look for, so you just take it. And I don't think that that's right. I don't. Like growing up, I didn't feel love growing up. This isn't my story. I didn't feel love growing up, so I'm gonna grow up looking for love, but I don't know what I'm looking for, so I'm gonna take whatever I can get, even if it causes me the most pain. And that has happened. And I feel like it's sad. I do feel like it's sad. So that's why once again, therapy, like, you have some really good therapists out here. Mm-hmm. You have to know yourself before you know what love is.
Right, because that's not fair for yourself to bring someone in your life and to honor them pretty much, and they pretty much, do you wrong. That's not fair for yourself. And then if you have children, that's not fair for your child, to see their mother or their father going through something where another person, instead of, y'all picking each other up, they bring you down even more.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know what I'm looking for, but this person is giving me attention. Maybe he can help me out, but at the end of the day, you're not getting help. You're getting worse than what you already did to yourself. Mm-hmm. And that's not fair for you at all.
Okay. Now, I know you work. So, do you interact with other people? And if so, how do you deal with that on a bad day? Just say if you're feeling depressed and you're just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go to work, but I know I have to go to work because I have to keep a roof over myself and my child's head. So how would you deal with someone if you're just having a bad day at work?
But I mean, I used to shut down. I used to, but as in like I can't go to work and spill all my business. So I tell when I'm uncomfortable with being told. I'm not going to tell her my deepest thoughts because I don't want it to be told. But I'm going to tell when I'm comfortable with her being, when I'm comfortable with her telling. But then again, it's kind of hard to deal with somebody because once you're like, if you're in a not so much of a good mood, you don't want to take your anger out on the wrong person. So it's best not to say nothing at all.
Right. Now,
for me, I try not to mix the two. Even though sometimes it is hard, depending on what you're going through. Sometimes it is hard to take your personal and leave it at home and take your work mind. Like I'm here for 8 hours. I still have the other 16 to deal with myself. I think it depends on the person. Like everybody doesn't look at the same thing. Some people that work from home, like single mothers that don't work at all, it's kind of hard for them to mental someone because they're home all day. They don't get to interact with anybody. Mm-hmm. So it kind of depends on the situation, really.
Right. Now, see, I own a daycare, and it's like if I'm having a bad day, it's like something where you pretty much have to put whatever day or night or whatever you having on hold, and you have to tend to them kids. You have to do your job. And then it's like what they say, exhaling, once the last kid leave, then, you can exhale and catch your breath. So when you're depressed and stressed, your day still goes on. But there have been times when some people, they cannot cope with it. So they shut the world out. So it's kind of hard to get out there and try to do something that you have to do, but your body is telling you like, oh my God, forget this. I don't want to do it. I just want to, get in bed and pull a cover over my head and just stay there. But you can't do that. You cannot do that. So what are some of let's talk about some of the things that you like to do. What's some type of the things that you love to do?
I mentioned that I lost my brother when he was 19, I was 17, but so it's like after he died, I started doing a lot of things. I used to sing, I used to do poetry, I did a couple of spoken word things, I drew. I used to do a lot.
Oh, wow.
Music, I used to do a lot.
What about photography? Do you like pictures, photo shoot?
I like to take pictures. I like to take professional pictures. I don't take many selfies. Mm-hmm. I actually just, speaking of that, last year, August and September, I actually did a photo shoot where I wasn't nude, but I was close to. I had this very small black outfit on, and I had motivational words body painted on me.
Okay. So how did that photo shoot make you feel?
Honestly, when I did it, I felt good. But after I did that, I did have a down moment. And I kind of just felt like it was pointless to do because like here I am promoting all these helpful words, blessed, I'm destined, powerful, I'm worth it, all this stuff that's painted on me, but I don't believe none of it. I do it to uplift, but I'm not uplifting myself, and I know when I did it for that reason. Like, how can I push this out there when I'm not even practicing what I'm preaching?
Now, you know what? That's something that is strong. A lot of people say things, do things, but then when it comes to them themselves, like you said, you don't feel that. You don't feel that confident and all that kind of stuff, but you still did the photo shoot.
Right.
Did people judge you, or how did that go? Because sometimes people...
I got a really good reaction from that photo shoot. A lot of people loved it. Like, I got the reaction that I did not expect to get.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loved it. I got like 8 shares off of the photo shoot, like 140 comments. Everybody loved it.
And that's good. But but you didn't believe it yourself. It's that, some people see what you don't see. Some people believe in you and you don't believe in yourself. And sometimes I thought you was going to say, like with that photo shoot, since you said you didn't have too much on, that people would judge you. Now, sometimes when people judge you, you're doing something that you really think you're doing great, but then someone judges you, and then it kind of make you feel like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have done that, or why did I do that? But yours was just the opposite. They loved you, and you just felt, you didn't feel good about it.
Right.
What would you tell your son? Just say he gets older and he says, Mommy, I'm depressed, or the kids at school, they don't like me, or just what would you give him some encouraging words about that?
I would tell my son, it's okay if you feel that you're depressed. First of all, I would have him tell me, besides the kids at school, what are you feeling? Because we're going to talk about what depression is. Mm-hmm. What are you feeling? What have you been thinking? Why haven't you came to me? Or are you scared to come to me? Like, I would try to get down to why he feels the way he feels, what happens to make him feel that way. Because not a lot of kids get that. Even if he's not feeling down, how was your day? And I want you to be honest with me. I don't care if I don't like your answer. Still be honest.
Right. And you should never make your child feel scared to come to you. You have to keep a certain tone. Just say if he say, Mom, somebody don't like me, instead of you like fussing at him, it's the tone with the child. You always have to carry a certain tone. Mm-hmm.
I would have to tell my son, like, you don't live for somebody to like you. Is that person paying any of your bills, or any of mama's bills? Is that person putting food in your mouth? Is that person putting clothes in your bag? Mm-hmm. If they're not doing none of that, you don't live for them to like you. Although it would be nice for them to be your friend, but baby, everybody's not going to be your friend. Even if they smile on your face, sad to say, even if they smile on your face, that doesn't mean that they're your friend. When you go through some hard times and they're there and they bring you back up, even then still be cautious, because they probably help you because they make them look good. I would explain to him, like, although there are some really sincere people, I'm not saying everybody's bad. I'm not saying everybody has a motive. I have some very good friends that were there for me. They still are. But I would tell him, like, you don't live for somebody to like you. Although it would be nice, everybody's not going to like you, not to say. But it's understandable. It's normal. But like when you're down, all you have is mama. You don't have your friends at school right now, and you'll get older, and you will learn to live for yourself. You may not know what that means right now, but I'm here to help you. Papa's here to help you. You have all this family that's here to help you. I would explain to him that he's not alone. Mm-hmm. I have people that don't like me. Do I break down and cry about it? No. But someone that's depressed wouldn't understand that, because once again, I've been there too.
I recall the day. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Huh? I would explain to him, like, it's gonna happen. It sucks, but it's life.
Right. I recall the day when my son was little. My son is hearing impaired, and he was outside playing with his friends, and he came in the house, and I wondered, what did he come in the house for? But I still didn't pay no attention, so I was looking outside, and he was running, passing out quarters to the little friends that he was playing with. And so I told him, I'm like, come here. I said, why are you passing out money? And he was signing like, my friends. If they are your friends, you shouldn't have to give them a quarter. If they are your friends, they wouldn't even have taken your quarter. So I did tell him, go collect your quarters back. and that's not how you don't pay nobody. You don't constantly. It's like you're begging to a certain extent, for someone to be your friend. If they're going to like you, love you, marry you, or anything, you shouldn't have to pay, come out your pocket, kiss they behind. You shouldn't have to do any of that. And I just don't like when people do that to people, men or women. It's like, you say you love me, you say you want to be with me, you say you care, you say you this, but they want a car from me, they want money from me, they want clothes from me, they want bills, they bills, and all along, who are you there for? Me or for what I have? You know, so that could cause depression on a woman or a man as well, because they're not getting the same that